It's Lisa here for another Cut File Friday. So I wanted to show you kind of some settings that I'm going to work with for this particular cut file for today. So this, I'll put a link, or not a link, but I'll put the image number and stuff like that on the website, so that way you guys know what cut file this particular one is. I can't link to it just because it's in the software itself, so but it'll have the ID number. So if I go to it in my library, it'll show it here, but if I get into the settings and stuff like that, it'll show me where it is, so you can just search it that way. So you can see I have it on a 12 by 12 mat. I'm going to be using some grunge paper, which I will show you in a minute. It's thick like chipboard, but not as thick as some chipboard. So I'm going to do some special settings on this. So I have it on a 12 by 12 piece of paper. I actually did shrink it down. So to shrink it down, I just go over to these bottom little boxes right there. And then I just click and drag. So that's all I do. So nothing really overly technical there. As for the settings, I just made sure it was a 12 by 12 mat, and then I just shrunk it a little bit smaller. Then if we go over to, this little knife button, go over there, and these are the cut conditions. So I'm just going to go down to the chipboard. I selected the chipboard and made sure it was a cut file. So when I click on the chipboard and I scroll up, you're going to see it's going to tell me what blade depth to put my knife at, and it's going to cut it at a speed of 1 and a thickness of 33, and it's going to do a double cut. For the grunge paper, I recommend a double cut. It cuts really, really well, very intricate and everything else. So make sure you just have the double cut on. And then if you want to, you can do a test cut, but I've already tested and it works fine. So I'm going to show you how I have the paper set up on the mat and the machine as well, and we'll go from there. As for the mat, this is the grunge paper. So you can see it has a bit of thickness to it. And it kind of smells like shoe leather. It's got that smell to it. This is what I found cuts the best in the silhouette for what I have. It's not to say that there's other stuff out there that doesn't work as well. This is just what I have in my stash. So all I did is I used some masking tape and taped it along the bottom and the side. I know the cut file is going to be mostly towards the left and to the top, so I know it's not going to cut over here, so I just taped that up. And then I wanted to show you, I kind of listened to the settings but not really, so I'm just going to pull my knife out, and you can see I actually have it set to 10. So all you have to do to set it is you just stick it in here and then just turn it. So let me just show you that again. So I have it set to 9, so to set it to 10, just all you have to do is just take this thing out, line up that red line to this line right here, just stick it in, oops, be right there, and then just turn until you hear it click. So again, there's 9, 8, 7, 6, so there is 10. So that's going to be the deepest that blade will cut. And I just stick it in the thing and then just turn the knob. So then I'm just going to put the mat in and cut the file. Nothing other than, just putting the mat in, like loading the mat. So loading the mat over here. It'll say load cutting mat. So other than that, that's all I'm going to do. Just put the thing in, put load cutting mat, and then it's going to do the rest. So nothing over technical. I just wanted to show you a few settings that I have the mat set up to and the computer. So I'm going to cut that out and I'll be ready to show you. This is all cut out. So I wanted to show you how awesome it cuts through. So this is again on the double cut. Actually, hang on one second. I'm just going to set up the camera. Okay, so there you go. So you can see all I have to do is just rip off this part here. So this is all that's left of it. And you can see I can just rip off the tape, and then I have, you know, just a little bit left over for something else. So this is what this piece looks like, and these pieces fall out so easy. So if you're having problems cutting the chipboard in your Silhouette machine, maybe try the grunge paper. You're gonna get the same sort of thick feel as the chipboard, but you're just gonna get like, it's just gonna cut a lot better with the grunge board. It just seems to cut so much better. So I don't know, I just can't say that enough. So, and then the nice thing with this particular cut is not only do I have this actual stencil here, but I have all these little heart pieces as well. So I'm going to continue kind of dismantling all these little extra thin pieces in the middle, and then I'm going to come back and start making a layout. Okay, so after I got that all cut out, you can see I've inked it up with some blue paint. And I want to say not before I didn't use it as a mist and a stencil, or I used it as a stencil with some modeling paste for an art journal page. And then because it was full of all that stuff, I knew I was going to have to paint it anyway, but I figured because I had cut it out, you might as well get double duty out of the cut rather than just use it as is. So I got double the, or I guess triple the mileage with that particular cut. So now what I'm doing is I actually traced out some of the hearts, not all of them, and I did that in pencil, and then I just went with the X-Acto knife and cut them out. And I'm just checking with the stencil over top that, you know, all of the paper isn't showing where the open spaces are. And I'm just going to carefully do that around the whole stencil piece, and then I'm going to back that with some vellum paper. I really like how this layout turned out, so just kind of gives it a different look. So you can see Mr. Kato is helping me glue down that stencil. So it was a little difficult to maneuver around with them, but oh, he had fun playing with me with scrapbooking. So anyway, I'm taking, this is a Dear Lizzy vellum piece from the Open Book collection. Realistically, I could have probably just layered this behind and glued it down. I do have a couple more sheets and I'm hoarding it, I'm not gonna lie. And so that's why I'm saying, like, I could have totally just glued it down and then that would have been one sheet used up. But I really love how pretty this vellum is with the gold stripe on it. And so I'm just cutting out pieces of it, and I'm just using my glue stick around the hearts, and I'm going to glue those vellum pieces that I cut out down to the back side of the layout. So then I'm just cutting off, I think it's like roughly about 1/8 of an inch on each side of the pattern paper, which is from the Open Book collection as well. Oh no, sorry, that's from the Stitch collection, I do believe, by Amy Tangerine. And there's this little cutout part sheet from the Stitch collection as well, and it says I love today, and I just cut that out, and I'm going to use that kind of as a little tab on the top of the picture. And these are some 6x6 paper pads. They're from My Mind's Eye, and I just cut out this blue one, and I'm just going to layer the picture on top of that with this hello thicker, and this is from the Dear Lizzy Serendipity collection. And then I'm just going to take some elements that were just kind of embellishments that were sitting around on my desk, and I was just going to use them up. So this picture is of the day that we got Kato, and I snapped this picture, and it is so adorable. And it's a picture of Wade kind of leaning down to smell Kato, like kind of like talk to Kato, and Kato is looking up and sniffing at him, and it was just a really cute moment. So I'm so glad I snapped that picture. It's so cute. So I'm just taking some other little elements that were on my desk. This is a Freckle Fawn wood veneer arrow piece, and I'm just going to layer that down. And just felt like that title was floating a little bit, so add some washi tape to that real quick. And then what I'm going to do for some journaling is I'm going to actually journal in the hearts that do not have any vellum cut out behind it. And I'm going to do all my journaling in just those little tiny hearts. And there isn't a lot of journaling, but it's an easy way to add the journaling, add a little bit of interest to the layout rather than it just being in a block along, like alongside of the picture, or along the bottom or something like that. It just adds a bit of interest. So then I just embellished the page a little bit with that wood veneer. I think I said that before. And then I found these heart enamel dots. They're from Freckle Fawn. I had them in my stash a while. And there was a teal, a yellow, a pink, and then a red. So I only used the 3 colors. I did not use the red one because there was no red going on this page. So I didn't want to add a 4th color. I just wanted to kind of keep it very soft and just really pretty. I didn't want to add another really bold color to it. So here is the close-ups for Cut File Friday, and I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you guys next time. Don't forget to check out Sandra's channel. She should have a Cut File Friday up as well. So see you soon. Bye.